I have a word that I want to give you. Did you know that bitterness, not forgiving people? See, when somebody does something to you, you must forgive and try to forgive right away. Because if you don't forgive, forgiveness turns into bitterness, and then bitterness turns into hate. And let me say this. Do you know that bitterness can make your face start aging? I'm serious. It can make you get old fast. Do you know that bitterness can also mess up it rots the bones? Bitterness rots the bones. Bitterness can stop your blessings. It hinders them up because you know why? God still blesses you, but you can't hear from God. So say God's trying to get you to do something in give you some directions, and you can't hear from him because you stopped the communication because of bitterness. Did you know that bitterness can do a lot of damage to you if you're not careful? So when someone makes you mad, first think about, is it going to stop anything? Okay, they made you mad. They did something to you. They talked about you. They tried to humiliate you. Really, they didn't. And the reason why they humiliated you, tried to, is because it makes them feel better. But does everybody really believe it? If your life is blessed and they're saying all this stuff about you and your life is not lining up accordingly, and then sometimes even when people say stuff about you and it say it's true, they say, well, you got a divorce, and yeah, you did get one, so maybe you wasn't meant to marry that person in the first place, and that was the way God said, okay, break it off, and they want to laugh about it. But guess what? When they laugh about it, what did God say? He said, I will vindicate you, and the vengeance are mine. So that means that no matter what they say about you or do to you, God says that they're not the judge. So even if they try to talk about you and say, you know what, you had a divorce, and they say things about you, or different things about you, and they say some things that are not true. God said that I'm gonna repay your enemies. Your enemies are my enemies. I'll make your enemies come in one way. So if they came in one way by trying to humiliate you or trying to talk about you, thank you, Holy Spirit, trying to talk about you, and they come in one way, guess what's going to happen? They're going to leave out 7 different ways. 7 different ways is I'm telling you, when you leaving out of somewhere 7 different ways, that means whatever happened to you by you interfering with other people's business, meaning your enemies, whatever they did to you, and they leave 7 different ways, that means it's going to be jacking them up to make them get lost, get going, get away from that person, get away from you, quit bothering you. So you have to forgive people because you want your life to be abundance and prosperous. God bless you. Be blessed.